Hello, good morning, everyone. Jen Smith here. I am going to just do a little lesson that's part of Thinking into Results, one of the chapters, and there's subsequent articles in the back for each chapter. This one is called Rules for Being Human. And you may have seen this. I see it on social media sometimes through the various outlets, through various people who are trying to teach others. As far as who wrote this, the author is unknown, but I'm just going to read it through here and just give a little bit of commentary throughout. In case you've never heard it before, it's a really interesting article. A lot of things, to think about as I read this. So, you will receive a body. Again, this is called Rules for Being Human. You will receive a body. You may like it or hate it, but it will be yours for this time around. You will learn lessons. You are enrolled in a full-time informal school called life. Each day in this school, you will have the opportunity to learn lessons. You may like the lessons or think them irrelevant or stupid. There are no mistakes, only lessons. Growth is a process of trial and error, experimentation. The failed experiments are as much a part of the process as the experiment that ends up working. A lesson is repeated until learned. A lesson will be presented to you in various forms until you have learned it. When you have learned it, you can then go on to the next lesson. So I think some of these things really are very relevant to understand. And maybe if you can start designing your way of thinking around this, it might make your life a little bit easier. But one of the things are there are no mistakes, only lessons. So let's think about that for a little bit. A lesson is repeated until learned. So have you ever been in a situation where the same type of situation seems to come up over and over and over again, and you're wondering why is this happening to me? Pay attention to that, because once you learn your lesson, then you can go on to the next. And I feel like sometimes people get stuck, maybe even for years, where the same situation occurs over and over again, and the lesson has not been learned. So a really good way to do this is to take a real good look at the situation that's in front of you and try to understand, what should I learn from this? If something comes up to you that seems unfavorable to you at the time, just say, why is this coming to me? What should I learn from this? So take it as an opportunity to learn, because once you've learned and that situation comes up again, you can respond differently. And then you can go on to your next lesson without that previous lesson having to come up again over and over and over. All right. So learning lessons, it does not end. There's no part of life that does not contain lessons. If you're alive, there are lessons to be learned. There is no better place than here. When you're there has become here, you will simply obtain another there that will again look better than here. So I think it's important for what this resonates with me, and how I look at this is here. We're here right now, and we really need to enjoy life the way it is. Be grateful for the things that we have. Yes, there's a lot of visioning work that we can do. There's a lot of manifesting that we can do to bring in all the good that we desire. And that's whenever we're thinking of that place there, because there is a place and you can bring it in quicker to you. But really the best way to do this is a morning practice of really thinking about these things that you want to manifest and bring into the world. And then as you go on with the rest of your day, really be in the space of here, of now. You hear a lot of people say, it's now, be present, be here. That means whenever you're connecting with people, really engage with them, listen to them. Don't be on your iPhone or your social media when you're with a bunch of friends, because you're not with your friends. You are somewhere else. You're out in social media land. So really try hard to be present and enjoy the now, enjoy being here at this time. Because really that's where all the miracles happen too, is whenever you can understand being present and being aware when opportunities are in front of you. Then it goes on to say, others are merely mirrors of you. You cannot love or hate something about another person unless it reflects to you something you love or hate about yourself. And Sarita and I talked about this during one of our master classes, where if you try to look for the good in everybody, that's reflecting back to you what you're seeing in yourself. So if you're going around and you're seeing things in people that you don't like, it's the same way. That's what is reflecting back to you. That's something within you that you're not liking about yourself. So again, that's a lesson. Just look at everything that's being mirrors. And it's a wonderful world if you can really take a look at everybody and see the good that they have, because that's the reflection of the good that's inside of you. And there's lessons to be learned. If you see something in someone that annoys you or you don't quite like, again, that's a reflection of something that's inside of you. So that would give you the opportunity to change that view about yourself. So whenever you are out and about and, you get these hits of loving something or not liking something so much, really take those opportunities to learn about yourself. What you make of life is up to you. You have all the tools and resources you need. What you do with them is up to you. The choice is yours. And this is so true. We already have everything we need to bring in the life that we want, to live the life we want. If we are able to really take a deep look inside, live from the inside out, you have all the resources necessary to do that. And how do we do that? How do all these resources come to us? Well, part of it is law of attraction. The other part is you get all sorts of information when you're living from the inside out. A lot of this has to do with the knowing doing gap as well. So we already know so many things that we don't do. And if we can start changing our habits and our perspective and start really looking inside for the answers, every question that you have has an answer to it. You have to make sure you ask the right question, but you will get an answer whenever you're living from the inside out. Most of our population, a very high percentage of them, very high percentage of people are living from the outside in. So they're looking to the outside world, using their five senses, their sight, their hearing, their taste, their touch, their smell. And they are using that and creating their world based on the outside. And the best way and the fastest way to make quantum leaps and to really have a happy life is to live from the inside out. And that's using all of our intellectual factors that we have, many of the things that we haven't learned how to use in school. Our intuition is huge. Our imagination is huge. Our will. So once we start living from the inside out, we can literally change the outside circumstances of our world. And the very last paragraph here says, the answers lie inside you. All you need to do is look, listen, and trust. Yes, look, listen, and trust from the inside out. And trust is huge. Whenever you have those intuitions or whenever these thoughts come to you, you have to really trust that that is the way for you. Whether you're, fearful to move forward with these answers that you get because you lack self-confidence or self-esteem, you have to figure out a way to overcome that. But all the answers are within you. Each of us have unique gifts and talents that need to be expressed to the world. And once we can dive deep and understand what those are, and we start moving in that direction, your life will become very, very wonderful. It flows, it's easy to make decisions, and it's easy to function in this world and be happy. All right, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Again, this was Rules for Being Human, an unknown author, but very, very good gold nugget to take and takeaways to really dive deep and question yourself about things that you can learn. All right. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.